Have you ever sat down for a nice friendly game of Magic and wondered, why do these cards have this ability? What gives this creature lifelink? Why can this guy fly? Using the name, art, and flavor text, I will give you my interpretation of what I think these abilities mean. But be warned, I don't know a great deal of Magic the Gathering lore, so if any of you lore heads out there want to share in the comments below any insight you might have, please feel free. Or if anyone has a different viewpoint on what these card abilities mean, I would love to hear from you. But for now, let's jump into Strixhaven. Waterfall Aerialist. Form and function in perfect unity. Much like standing under a waterfall, the water is constantly flowing and forming around this wizard, pushing and propelling their body into the air, giving them the ability to fly. As they are high up performing their aerialist acts, if they get targeted, the water rushes down over them and deflects the spell. Which is why the enemy must cast a stronger spell to penetrate the water, to pierce the ward effect. Perhaps our Jin has never had to make many blow for blows on the battlefield, lacking ability and toughness. The water was probably always there to protect them. If some weaker creatures can manage to get close, they will take down Waterfall Aerialist, but will be struck back with a respectable 3 damage. I would be kinder to my peers, Professor, but I simply don't have any. Arrogant Poet has worked hard, sacrificed life to gain advantages others have only dreamt. Flying does offer such tactical advantage in combat. It can quite often be the difference between winning and losing. This Warlock is not just a more capable attacker, but is also a blossoming poet. Ascending high up is the magnificent butterfly in a sea of caterpillars. What makes Arrogant Poet so remarkably arrogant is believing this temporary flight is enough to be considered better than all the things other would-be peers can do. Grafts are great for tracking pests through the muck, but securing the pests before the Graft devours them is a dicey endeavor. Bayou Graf. These are mighty creatures, needing a good amount of magic to summon them from their waters. Yet, if you can offer these Grafts something to chase, they will gladly come running. Be careful, they are masters of turning fetch into a game of hunt. This coach demonstrates and teaches others the offensive and defensive spells, which gives the pupil a +1/+1 counter. Whoever knows the spells can spar with the coach or another student, and then will be given more advice from the dueling coach, which is why they receive even more and more +1/+1 counters. If the teacher neglects their own studies, seen by not having a +1/+1 counter, then all the pupils will surpass the teacher, showing that eventually the student can become the master, as the students have now outgrown their master in power. Now, if the teacher is open to learning, has a +1/+1 counter, then the teacher will learn from the students while coaching them, causing all of them to grow in experience, or known as +1/+1 counters. Any way we look at it, the dueling coach can be a mentor for one, or a sensei to hundreds. In a world with giant creatures soaring through the skies, their presence is always known. Some dragons can set forests ablaze, cause tremors upon landing, control the very nature around them, and eventually the looming threat becomes far too real. The dragon comes forth, revealing their terrifying figures. But be warned, in a world with one dragon, there can always be more. There are the first 5 cards of the Strixhaven set. If you liked it, why not stick around and hit that subscribe button? Until next time, keep on planeswalking. You won't die.